It's been a long time coming, and we finally here. And we finally here, y'all. It's been a long time. And I went to go see the Reverend. And I told y'all about the Reverend. And I said he was over there in Boulder, Colorado, doing the Lord's work. Doing the Lord's work. I told you what it was going to be. Y'all called me crazy. I said I believe in the Reverend. Open gym clears. That's crazy. Bro's just going to come in here to glaze. It's all good, though. It's okay. Anyway, bro is literally the Reverend. So for all of y'all who said that Deion and these boys wasn't going to get it done, for all of y'all who called me and Bama crazy and biased, I'm telling you, it is looking like ooh, wee, woo. You know what? I'm gonna put this link in. I'm gonna let y'all who owe me an apology. For those who owe me an apology, make sure you go apologize. But holy smokes. I told you what it was gonna be. I told you that the Reverend was gonna come and save Boulder, Colorado. And here we are today. Damn, did something crazy happen on Open Gym? Like, what's with this animosity in the chat? Sheesh. Free Dub, free Mars. Oh, yeah. He feels it right now.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you better go change, Grant.
Oh,
you gotta feel the energy, baby.
Yeah. We coming. What do you say? We coming. Hold on, before we get into this, let me shout out to all our GOAT members. Shout out to Hermayes MR.
You better go put some black on.
IDWC, Avion Plumber. Shout out to our Hall of Fame members. Shout out to our legend members. We appreciate y'all for pulling up. And if you want to be a part of Players Choice community, make sure y'all pull up in the Discord in the link description below and become a part of the community. So much content on the way. It is obviously the best season in the world. It is football season, and honestly, I love to talk ball. I love not having to listen to people troll about basketball for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? No shade. But with that being said, the Colorado Buffaloes on the road at TCU. The defending runner-up. Actually, not defending. The runner-up from last year.
I'm good.
From the runner-up from last year. He goes out there.
Yes, sir.
And he gets the job done.
It's the only time I'm going to let you wear that
same I came
I know. I saw the black I got.
Hey, I came in here and I told y'all with Bama, we said that these Colorado Buffaloes was real. They said they don't understand how to. I can't play the song. We get copyrighted. We'll get copyrighted. Can't play the song because of copyright. Not because I don't want to. Y'all told me Colorado did not have a roster. I told you that they had the #1 transfer portal recruiting class. I told you that Colorado was going to have more talent. I told you that Shedeur Sanders wasn't a bum. I told you that the only difference between FCS and FBS was the offensive line and defensive lines. The best talent at those positions are in the FBS because you can't beat size and you will always be able to recruit size. So all I want y'all to know is for all y'all who have said Deion wasn't going to do this and Deion wasn't going to do that, y'all owe him an apology. For all y'all who said his son was overrated, you didn't watch him play in college. He's won at every single level.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter is the best player in all of college football, including Caleb Williams.
Keep cooking him.
That includes Caleb Williams.
Keep cooking.
140 snaps. Sonny Dykes said I had guys who couldn't play 60.
Mm.
We got something special. Opening weekend. Big time kickoff. Big noon kickoff. Runner-up of last year's national championship. Haven't won a road ranked game since 2004. Almost been 20 years. They were a 21-point underdog. You let me know what else you need to see. You might as well believe. Start believing. 510 yards, no inside running game at all. 38 for 45. We can all account for about 3 drops that happened that game.
We should have over 600, J-Rob.
He might have had 6. I was just about to say he might have had 600 yards.
Should have had 600. Two big drops.
If you do the Heisman rankings right now, Shedeur should be number 1 or Travis Hunter should be number 1. It should be 1 and 2 right now. If the rankings drop today after week 1, because Heisman rankings change week by week, right now Shedeur and Travis Hunter are 1 and 2 after the performances they had this past weekend. I'm not saying now for who you saying cap and whoa, listen and pay attention. Don't act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Heisman rankings change every single week, week by week, play by play. So stop it. Stop it like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not saying he's winning the Heisman. After week 1, he's probably number 1 in Heisman polls because he had the best performance in terms of the best victory.
And he was the loudest
or Jordan Travis. Or him or Jordan Travis. So stop it. Stop it. Do you two got it? You guys want to get in on this? Y'all go ahead. I'm in my bag right now.
In the chat want to sit here and say that, oh, Shedeur didn't have that great of a game. Allow me to read you off the stats for a second. So in the game against TCU, he went 38 for 47. He had an 80.9% completion. He threw for 510 yards, which broke Colorado's single game record for most passing yards. He had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. The longest play that he had was 75 yards, and he had a 200.1 rating in 1 game. I said this. Deion Sanders is not a guy who's going to show up just to get beat. He built this team for a reason. And this team on Saturday went out there and proved to everybody, to the media who said that he couldn't rebuild the roster, to the critics who said that he couldn't do it with a bunch of kids from a HBCU.
Grant. Now start calling them individual coaches out. He was talking bad on his name too, because he was doing it differently than the way it's supposed to be done. He just kept it 100, and he did it the right way. Sorry to cut you off, but let me say this.
No,
I was surprised with how polished Colorado came out. You would have thought the way TCU came out, the first game jitters, they got obviously they lost a lot of players from last week's team, but you would have been shocked. The way you looked at TCU and the way you looked at Colorado, who would you have thought was the more veteran team? Costly turnovers in the red zone by TCU. And every single time Shedeur needed to make a play, he did it. He did it. His receivers cost him 600 yards. His receivers cost him. Maybe you could say Shedeur made 2 bad plays the whole game. And every time somebody was talking mess, Shedeur answered, Travis Hunter answered. Y'all seen that clip of the when Travis Hunter gets that beautiful red zone interception? That a clip of some fans right there on the edge of the thing. Nah, throw that Travis Hunter. What Travis Hunter should say, bet. This is my ball now. Walks off the field with that swagger. The best coaches somehow transferred their personality to their players. And you go watch that game. You tell me Colorado was scared, because they weren't. They walked in there. They looked good. They played good. Ooh, baby, they was nice. It was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
The entire country watched them play that game. Everybody woke up at either if you were on the West Coast, you woke up at 9 a.m. If you're on the East Coast, you were up at noon, ready to go Saturday to watch that game. I think the entire country is rooting for Colorado because this is one of those teams where there's 100 million people that want to see him win. There's 100 million people that want to see him fail. And you know what? I said this to some of my friends. They give me like not in terms of being one of America's team, like just being purely rooted for. They remind me like them old Miami teams. Like this team just so popping because of the pomp and circumstance that come. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be the dynasty that Miami was. I'm saying in terms of the popularity, just being a hot commodity right now in sports. When the U was the commodity in sports, it was incredible. Everybody loved the U. They're one of the biggest brands. And I think Colorado is having that type of effect because of Deion. And I think all of America right now is rooting for Colorado. And let's be real.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hold on. I don't need to cut you off. I just want to say, all the backtracking that some of these coaches are doing, like Matt Rule trying to buffer himself for him losing his game this week. He don't want to lose this game this week. He know he's on. He know he about to lose this week. So he wants to be in the media trying to pat Deion on the back and all that. No. You about to have to take that beat down like the Nebraska Cornhuskers usually do. And that's all it is about to be. And I just hope that I think everybody loves a good underdog story. You know what I'm saying? But this one just feels different. I don't know. I got a certain level of like pride and joy from watching them boys win that game just because the noise was so loud. I thought the takes sucked. I'm like, yo, you're bringing in a bunch of former 3, 4, really 4 and 5 star recruits. You're bringing 4 and 5 star recruits in, and they are balling out of control. And yeah, were there some flaws? It wasn't going to be perfect.
It was not.
It wasn't going to be perfect. It wasn't going to be perfect. But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to the year because you got to think. If you think Colorado played their best game against TCU, you're lying to yourself.
They did not.
That was not their best game. It's only going to get better from here. It's only going to get better from here. You don't think all the things you saw with that D-line that people were worried about, the adjustments need to be made by the D. You don't think they're going to make those adjustments? You don't think these are things that are going to be looked at? You don't think they got Warren Sapp at practice coaching this thing up? Warren Sapp is at practice coaching this thing up. That is not going to be the best they're going to play all year. I think they still have another notch to go because ultimately, if they would have played flawlessly, if no drops, every play was made, no fumbles, I think it'd be a 2-touchdown game. In all honesty, I think they would have scored on most drives. It'd be a 2-touchdown game. Still maybe a shootout, 2-touchdown game. So, in all honesty, I hope y'all know these boys are on their way. They're not coming no more. They're here now. They here. They hungry. They ready. And, oh, man, y'all going to have to pay the piper because when they get to week 4, Oregon, that's going to be probably one of the games of the year. I'm telling you, that offense is potent. And my last thing, I know everybody came for Travis and Deion, but I'm leaving with Shedeur because I'm not going to lie. In some ways, he 100% reminds me of Joe Burrow. I think everything about his game, from what I see, reminds me a lot of Joey B. I don't care what nobody says. I'm just letting y'all know the Colorado Buffaloes are here. We didn't lie to y'all. We told y'all the truth. And it is what it is.
J-Rob.
I've been told y'all what was going to happen. I've been told them what was going to happen, J-Rob.
J-Rob. Oh, my God.
Was nasty. Man, listen, J-Rob, I told him Deion was losing a foot. He was going to come with that inspiration. I told him if you're a kid on that Colorado roster being around there every day, it's no way in hell. I told them boys when I was on Gridiron on Wednesday, I said, if I play for Colorado right now and Deion, my coach, I said, well, it was like 8:37. I said, it's 8:37 right now. If I play for Colorado week of the game, well, I'm outside right now running sprints. I'm lifting some extra weights. I'm getting some type of extra credit in, bro, because I believe in the Kool-Aid Deion selling. I believe in him so much, man, because this dude is losing a leg and he gets up and coach me every day. So how can I, as an athlete, knowing that my coach is giving me that effort day in and day out, how can I shortchange him by just doing the bare minimum? He going up above. Second quarter, I tell people this. This is how I knew they was going to win the game. Second quarter, Deion Sanders had to pull a chair up and sit on the sideline because his leg was hurting too bad. I said, man, if I'm a kid playing on that team right now in this situation, belly of the beast, boy, it's all right, coach. I got you. Sit down, baby. It's good, boy, because we're going to be sitting down a long time with that W at the end of this game, bro. Deion Sanders come out. This is how I knew they were finna blow them boys out. They out. TCU let everybody on the field while they walking out, bro. The field's supposed to be empty. It's a game going on. TCU got all the fans on the field looking crazy, man. That boy Deion stopped, started greeting folks, hugging kids. I was like, man, that boy at peace. I said, that boy at peace. He know he finna do. He know he finna win it. See, that's why I said, man, when you fight for something bigger than yourself, little games like what we saw Saturday, bro, man, that's peanuts for Deion. Man, he ain't worried about that. Listen here. This is how I knew he had them kids activated. His 2-star players, Shedeur, arguably, outside of 2 drops that was ruled a drop, Travis actually caught him. 2 that was ruled a drop by a referee. He only had 3 balls that got away from him because 4 of them was drops out of his 7 incompletions. So outside of that, he only had 2 passes that really got away from him. 3 passes that really got away from him. He almost played a complete perfect game, throwing 4 touchdowns and 500 yards. Travis Hunter played 120-something snaps. Listen here, I told y'all, when the chat was talking about something, oh, man, I ain't finna play for nobody's foot. 120 plays later, you think Travis ain't play for his foot then, numbnut? That's why I try to tell folks, you at home on the couch got to think. See, that's what football is about. Football is about believing in something bigger than yourself, because if the O-line don't block, this play don't work right. If the DB if the DB don't play his third or whatever the case may be, you get beat. J-Rob, you know this. We all got to do our job. So in order for everybody to do their job with efficiency, you got to believe in something bigger than yourself, man. And we saw
football, we call it our 111th. Everybody got to do their 111th.
Thank you. 111th, bro. And you got to believe in something bigger than yourself in order to do what the boys did. And they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it, bro, until they meet a team that has just as much on the line as them. Right now, a lot of these teams, TCU, they was happy. They still off the high from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they was actually a good team. People going to say, oh, they wasn't a good team because now they ready to move the field goal post with Deion. Listen here, at the end of the day, that man went into Texas, miles away from Colorado. They had to fly over there and go to a away game. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. A team can be 0-10. Well, I know about college football. When you go up in them stadiums, boy, you feel it in your stomach. You at an away game. It's not like high school where a lot of you cats, boy, you really, we can still see your color over there. But he's being real. That jump be serious, bro. So I think it's more to come. 11-1, 10-2.
Quans, come on, bro.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Bam, I gotta piggyback off what you're saying real quick, because I'm reading this chat, and you MFers in the chat, I'm going to say, I don't care if you get mad. Y'all are cowards. Cowards. You know why you're cowards? Because y'all not willing to stand on nothing. Y'all moved the goalposts. First, they was going to get blown out. They was going to get smacked. It was a 21-point favorite. And then I'm listening to these excuses from people that had different takes months ago, talking about the defense was horrible. They didn't return no starters. Well, was Colorado not a 1-11 last year? That's what y'all told me. A 1-11 team can't beat them. Y'all also said, I heard that we're 1-11. Y'all talking about TCU returned the whole starters. They returning the whole team. They were completely flipped an entire team. No chemistry, new players, 80 out of how many players you get on the roster in college? It was like 100 of us. What, you got 80 new guys? You only retained 6 guys from the last regime? A whole new team in Colorado. Y'all not using the same excuses. Y'all backtracking because y'all was wrong. And you were wrong. All that TCU wasn't a good team. Y'all didn't care if they was a good team last week. You said it was going to blow them out. You didn't care about how many starters left to the NFL. You told me they were gonna get blown out.
No chance, because they was 1-11.
No chance.
Rob. No chance.
Y'all told me they was 1-11 last year. No chance.
Ain't no way a
Stop
1-11
backtracking.
team beat TCU.
Have the balls of your conviction to stand on it.
And I told J.
Have
Rob
the
this,
balls to
you remember
stand
what
on
I told you you remember what I told you in our private messages? I said this. Everybody in the chat too. I know it. Y'all will be the main ones. I said if this was Nick Saban, Bryce Young, and Kool-Aid went over to Colorado and did what they just did, everybody put Colorado's shoe in for a national championship.
Be glazing right now. Glazing.
Glazing. You know it right there. Be glazing, bro.
Glazing.
Did you see Bryce? 500. Did you see Kool-Aid playing, bro? I think Nick Saban might be able to get Colorado to the mountaintop. But the fact that it's Coach Deion and Shedeur got them twists up in his head, and Travis looked the way he looked with all that jewelry on.
It looks different.
It
moved different.
Instead of putting captain on the jersey, he put leader and dogs. That's
I
the
thought
first
that was
time.
hard.
And where is Tegan at? Where's Tegan? Where's Tegan? Where is your king? This is your king?
You better go put some black. You better go get a jacket or a hoodie, bro. Nah, Riddell, join the wave, my boy.
Where is Tegan?
Join the wave, my boy.
Yo,
when Tegan was out here laughing and sniggling and giggling and saying this, that, and the third, where is he now? Where are you now that I need you?
Oh, you got J-Rob singing too?
Come on. I'm in my bag today. We've been telling y'all about the Lord's work. Bama, we told him the Reverend was coming.
A year ago, J-Rob.
We told him the Reverend was coming when he got the job. When he got the job.
J-Rob, didn't he say it? J-Rob came up in here and said he doing the Lord's work, man.
Lord's work, man.
When everybody was mad that Deion went from an HBCU over to Colorado, I was
come on now,
bro, get your emotions out of it. He is doing work that's just bigger than black and white right now, man. He doing the Lord's work. This is
Lord's work.
This is the Lord's work, man.
I went to go see the Reverend, man.
Man, we did, dog, man.
I went to go see the Reverend, man.
On timing.
On timing.
Hey, he got the accounts.
Timing.
It's on site.
Hey, the Colorado boys was looking like the Akatsuki out there, man.
I know this man didn't just put a Akatsuki jacket on real quick.
Said,
oh no,
nah,
that boy's Shedeur out there like Itachi Uchiha, man. He got both eyes,
bro. That
Sharingan eye, man. Straight dot mob.
Dimes, bro. No,
they didn't believe in. They ain't believe in Rado, but God did. The Reverend did.
Absolutely.
They didn't have faith in them either.
And all the NFL talent just around that team. Hell, they even had Shedeur training with the GOAT in the summer. What are we talking about?
Mahomes?
Yeah.
You stop it. Stop it, Riddell. We don't need to do this right now. But when Tom Brady's training with Shedeur, you already say he got Joe Burrow qualities. Like, the only thing was the fact that y'all just said that Colorado was going to get destroyed like that. And I know a lot of people were really praying for it. So I'm telling y'all, there is something special going on here. Obviously, Nebraska is, there's a storm coming. We can't forget to shout out the offensive coordinator, J-Rob. He was in his bag too. He was in his bag cooking. And a lot of people
definitely dialing plays up. Definitely dialing up plays.
People was like, how could you leave your head coaching job at Kent State to come here? That's why. Because
it means something.
Right.
It means more. It's about opportunity. You think it over the next 2-3 years, you don't turn Colorado into a national power offensively. You're going to be in, like they're going to be, I'm telling you right now, when they play USC, that game is going to be a shootout. The line for that game, the over-under will probably be set at 65.5. And that game probably going to touch 80 points, bro. 80 points altogether. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I know from what I saw that offense at least can compete at a high level.
We suck.
Hold on, we're not talking about.
We're not talking. Hold on, we will get to that. But I want to say this.
I just came back. I'm sorry, I just got back.
Yeah, you relax.
I will say this. They were saying the same shit when he was at Jackson State. Why is he coming to the SWAC? He can't turn this program into a winning program. He took his son. He got the #1 cornerback recruit in the country to come to Jackson State and decommit from Florida State They come over
Facts.
there.
Preach.
They have 3 10-win seasons.
Preach.
And people can say, and they still hated on him, say, oh, it's the swag, it's easy. But y'all aren't going to give this same hype for this man because a bunch of y'all are going to play on his downfall. And when he does lose a game, if he does lose a game, y'all are going to be back on here like, oh, well, we told y'all he wasn't good.
I told you so.
It was only one game. Nah, this is the statement that told everyone else to shut up because Deion Sanders beat TCU. I don't give a damn if they had the whole roster depleted. They went out there and they beat the runners-up in the national championship game
Right.
at TCU.
TCU's a great coach.
You can't say shit about this. So all y'all just hating because you know what was the first thing he said in the press conference? He said, "Do y'all believe?" And they tried to ask us, it's like, no, I saw what you were trying to say. Do y'all believe? So I'm gonna ask y'all this in the chat. Do y'all believe?
Do y'all
because
believe?
I believe.
Because I believe.
J-Rob believes.
God did.
I believe.
And Bama believes.
I believe.
Colorado
I like
is
it.
different.
Reverend Grant.
Colorado is different.
My boy Grant got me ready to kick through a door right now.
This ain't a 1-11 season anymore, boys. This team's different.
It's a
And
bowl game
ladies and
season.
gentlemen, acknowledge the man himself.
At least 9 wins. At least 9
Prom
wins.
did.
At least.
Prom did.
Acknowledge it.
We get hashtag prom did in the chat. Like hashtag prom did, man. Like
Also this too. Hold on, Dale. Also this too. I want to get this out, bro. To everybody out there, bro. J-Rob know this, bro. They call me PFF when it comes to NFL, bro. I cannot wait for the NFL. I'm the personal PFF, bro, because I have my notebook out. I'm looking to make sure that the quarterback opening up right. Everything, bro. I'm doing all of this stuff, bro. Salute to the offensive coordinator, Deion Sanders, again. Every time he was in the red zone, he dialed up the proper. So for everybody that thought that he could not coach at this level, going against other quality offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators.
Talk about it.
Bro, listen, dog. Trent was in the chat talking about that O-line, bro. The very next drive, it's like Deion heard them talking stupid shit. 3rd and 2, what they do? They run the ball. They bring the D lineman in. That's when he blew old boy up and they ran it. They jogged it up in there. They was just talking about how the O-line small. The O-line small. What the boys do? They put a big stamp on it. 3rd and 2. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to pull up.
We're going to run that rock.
12 Alabama. We finna run it right down your throat.
Now y'all care about defense in the Pac-12 and Big 12.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Hey, J-Rob,
now they care about defense. Hold on, let Bama finish. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, Bama. I was just looking at the chat. That shit was like,
you good. You good. Go.
Y'all just mad.
Nah, all I was saying was they said that they talking about defense now.
They're like,
I thought the Big 12 and the Pac-12 ain't play no defense. Now y'all care about defense too.
Now y'all care about defense.
But you know what? Before we could talk about. I could talk about Colorado for hours. That's my team. I'm gonna ask y'all about this now. 2 teams have just showed their ugly heads as 2 frauds in the nation.
We should have been talking about one of them.
In the nation. There's 2 frauds in the nation right now, y'all.
We got our shades on. Let's go.
We got our shades
on.
We on fraud alert. We love a good fraud alert. We love when we find good frauds. We love when we find good frauds.
No, we don't.
So this the first fraud. I'm gonna say this: the first fraud, my fault, because I didn't know they was gonna be a fraud. The team they lost to, I thought was gonna be real good, but LSU, fraud watch. I thought they could have, and the thing is, they could have lost to FSU. They could have dead lost. It's how you lose sometimes.
Absolutely.
That let me know you a fraud. Because Florida State, I think everybody knew Florida State was a good football team. They weren't going to roll over. Fraud watch. Second fraud of the week, though. The biggest fraud of them all, though.
Oh my God.
The absolute biggest fraud. I'm gonna throw LSU a little bit of a bone. Because Florida State might be the best team in the country. Might be.
Oh, Dev, get some water. It's about to be tough.
Might be the best team in the country. And honestly, I'm feeling even better now. I'm feeling better. And I'm feeling better now. Because I picked Florida State to go to the college football playoffs. And
I told y'all.
Get some water, Mr.
It's only right that Prom is doing well, and and FSU is about to do well. It's only right. Everything comes full circle.
Oh my God! But Clemson mother
Yes.
effing Tigers, Dad.
Yes.
I need
Show
to
the
know,
hat,
Michael.
Dad. Show the hat, bro.
Yeah. We need a tight zoom, Jay. We
Wait,
need a tight
Dev,
zoom.
no. You get a right to explain
he's
yourself
feeling
right now.
himself.
Explain yourself right now.
Yeah, Dad.
How you were-
Dad, you go first. You tell us what happened, Dad. You tell us what happened.
Come on, Michael. Clemson got blown out, but okay, yeah, they didn't score 30.
How
Right,
you
yeah.
lose to Duke?
Lost to Duke. Nah, losing to
Hey,
Duke is crazy.
First, I want to say this. First, before I say this, thank you, Clemson, for the two national championships being Alabama.
Oh,
We did it for the country,
bro.
Producing Deshaun Watson,
Oh,
producing
good
Trevor
stuff.
Lawrence.
Good stuff.
But now let's talk business. The defense looks okay. The defense on the field, but let's talk about the real problem.
Hey, wait, hold
Our
on, Dev.
offense.
Hold on, Dev. Because before we get into this, there's somebody else who was a believer. Another CTE brother was a believer. He came up here defending Deion. I ain't never seen this man defend a black man as hard as he go for Deion. He's beating all accusations.
Stop,
Mookie,
J-Rock.
what's good?
Stop it,
Put him
J-Rock. Come on, bro. Stop that shit.
No, my bad. I ain't mean it like that. I ain't mean it like that. You know about the Reverend. Mookie. Can you tell us about the Reverend, man? Can you tell us about the Reverend?
I went on Gridiron last week, right? I'm talking about Trey, Trent, all these guys. Like, was Chilltown. I mean, no, Chilltown was right on. But it was Trey, Trent, many others. Sat there and said I was wrong because I believe Deion Sanders can change Colorado like he did HBCUs. Yeah. I believe in Deion.
Yeah.
I told you Deion was going to sit there and make history with Colorado, ladies and gentlemen, right? And that's what he did. That's what he did. Shedeur Sanders threw for over 500 yards. Travis Hunter destroyed him. I'm talking about we talking about a team that, ladies and gentlemen, that was competing for a national championship. That team in Colorado.
That was last year, right?
Beat him.
That was last year, right? Oh, all right.
Beat him.
Let Wookie cook.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Don't they play Nebraska? Was it Nebraska or Michigan?
Nebraska.
They playing Nebraska next week. This week.
Colorado play Nebraska?
Yes.
They play Nebraska.
If they stop the run, they win. It's easy. I'm telling y'all, bro. Deion Sanders is the GOAT. He is about to change that organization. He's about to go down as one of the greatest college football players of all time.
He is one of the greatest already.
Mookie, what did you say Deion Sanders was? Because I ain't hear you, fam. It's a little loud in my ear.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Stop playing with that man. Stop playing with the Reverend.
Y'all stop playing with Deion.
Playing with that Reverend, man. Reverend Deion is a different beast, man.
All y'all sat there and said
Kids was wearing his shoes, man.
that
Man, kids had his shoes on for game day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Seen
my
it.
God.
That was so tough, man.
Family
That
business.
was so
Family
tough,
business.
man.
It's family business for real out
Listen
there, man.
here.
I'm proud of you,
bro,
Mookie. It was
the
a tough
reason
morning
why-
for you, but I'm proud of you right now.
The reason why I try to tell y'all boys, this is why he is the GOAT, bro. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still freaking out over this. We've witnessed a player go be receiver one and shut down corner one in the same game. Ladies and gentlemen,
Only
Hook,
gave
man.
3 catches the whole
both,
game.
he hit you coming and going, offense and defense. The coach from TCU said, hey, man, it got to a point throughout that game. It was like, is he still walking out there on offense? Oh, man.
Yep.
Like, bro.
Oh,
when
man.
the coach started saying stuff like, bro, is he still walking out there both ways? Boy, he said, bro, we don't have not a player over here that can do that. He said he's still trying to figure out how Travis played 120 snaps. He said he does not have a player on his roster that can do that.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, Bama, he's gonna be a top 10 draft prospect, bro. Like,
Bro,
this man Travis Hunter is a dog.
Travis is the best player of the decade already. Best player I ever seen in the
Already, I mean,
let alone
He's doing
Ivy
something
Central.
was it Charles.
Listen here.
God, what's his name? What's his name? The dual point. He won a Heisman.
Nah, he's definitely the best player in the country. He's the best player in the country.
Yeah, he is.
No, the reason why I say he's the best player of the decade, bro. What he had just previously did, bro, we haven't saw that since.
We haven't seen it.
They didn't have.
It's like
they
Charles
didn't
Woodson.
have
Charles Woodson.
It's not, but Bama, you gotta explain, but Bama, you gotta explain to them deeper though. You gotta explain to him deeper that he's playing full time doing both.
It was like 1920, bro. Last time we seen that was like 1920, and bro, integration in sports wasn't even a thing, bro.
Right.
Y'all lying, bro.
No, but you're dead up. But you're right. You're right. Yeah.
It was like 1940. The Heisman in 1940, I believe his name was Jim Crow. You remember the Heisman House? So he was talking to Johnny Manziel. He went to Texas A&M, and Johnny Manziel was talking to him. He said, back in my day, we played football where you had to play offense, defense, and special teams. And if you had to come out, if you had to sub yourself out, right, where if you got too tired, he said you had to put a lasso around your neck, and that let the referee know that you cannot go back in the game, bro. Listen, if you playing offense, defense, special teams, boy, you was finna get tired throughout the course of the game. The fact that old man said, hey, bro, back in my day, if you came off the field from doing those three things, you couldn't check back in the game. I said, boy, in my head, watching Travis do this, I said, bro, you did something that was crazy to even think about back then, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this, Bama. Go ahead.
2020. We know how do y'all know how fast the game? J-Rob will tell you. I wasn't fortunate enough to play Division I football. I played D2. We played against a few D1s, bro, but I know it's a difference between D1 and D2. The fact that we saw him play both ways, both sides of the ball, and answer.
Y'all think he's gonna keep it up all season?
Yes.
I think
yes.
Did y'all?
As of right now, we have no reason to say no.
Hey, hold on, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too.
He looked tired.
The way that Deion gets his guys up and ready, bro, from game day with his motivation speech, bro. Yeah. It's like I like as a player, because I play football, bro. If you have a coach like that wants you to win, it even motivates the player to go out there and want to win for the coach, because you gotta pay beyond their standard, because they got a coach that they know that been through some shit, that know that been through the struggle just like they came from, right? So you want to go out there and perfect it on the field, and I think these players are going up and they want to play for Deion, bro. They want to play for Deion. They want to win for Deion, because they know that Deion, his motivation, the way that he could coach the game, bro, and the way he could call the game is some of the best, bro, we've seen. He changed it with HBCUs, and he's about to do it with Colorado. He's getting all the HBCUs to go play with Colorado, man. Stop playing with Deion. He's the motherfucking GOAT. And I'm gonna tell y'all this too. If Deion stays throughout this college shit for, like, I would say 3 or 4 years, he retires, as one of the greatest college coaches of all time, bro. If he stays in it, because I believe Deion Sanders can bring up most of it. He gonna bring championships to Colorado. He's gonna make history. He's gonna get a statue with Colorado. I'm telling you, bro. If he stands through this shit, he could do this shit, bro. Quit playing with this man. Quit playing this man, Deion, man.
Also, the dynamic with Deion too as well, man. Y'all saw how he was talking to that DB after practice from Texas Christian University. Number two, who gave up that PI. Bro, that's the last coach you want with his arms around your players like that. Boy, it looked like he was at ease talking to him. Listen,
because he's gonna get drafted, Bama. Yeah, he getting drafted.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I gotta say one thing too. Bama, they don't realize. I don't think the nation realized the team that Colorado going to bring in next year, because some dudes going to go to the league. Some dudes are going to transfer in. Some guys are going to transfer out. You know what I'm saying? So Bama, they don't even know what could be coming the year after. Like,
don't forget Sammy Watkins' little brother going.
And I want y'all to know.
He already got so
he's
much
going. Yes, he's 100% going. I want y'all to know straight up. I want y'all to no longer think, because this is what I'm gonna say to the chat too. Because this is the thing, y'all gonna glaze me and Bama if they lose any game this year. They could be 5-1. The one loss, y'all gonna mang.
Yeah.
We already know how that's gonna come. We already know. I'm just saying, we know that's coming though. We know that if they could be 5-1, 6-2. The two losses, everybody's is glazing. There's glazing. Right. Right. And even though none of us predicted the national championship in the first year. Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
I just said that. I just said they're going to the playoffs and they're going to play Alabama, though. I do think that, though.
But they're going to say that. They're going to feel that way. They feel that way. But I just want y'all to know right now, nobody is going to be able to really understand the impact that Deion is about to have when it comes to recruiting. His recruiting impact is going to be as big as Kirby, as big as Saban, as big as Harbaugh.
He's right there.
He's Lincoln Riley.
J-Rob, don't undersell it now. He got something that they don't have.
There we go, Randall.
He can talk
even more.
He can talk Twitter. You feel me?
He can talk to him absolutely the way that they don't need to talk to.
Y'all know what the sauce is, though, for younger kids out here, bro. I mean, all the younger kids, like, you ain't even got to just be black, just younger in general. Mm-hmm. If you think about when you see Deion Sanders, bro, it relates with you. You see the jewelry, you see the persona, you see how he wears hoodies, the gear he wears. Whether you black, white, Asian, Mexican, if you a young kid in today's generation, it's just something like that resonates more with you than seeing a Nick Saban. Don't get me wrong, it's an honor to have Nick Saban up in your house, but it's like real professional. You know, it's like
it's more relatable, bro.
There we go.
Deion is professional too, but what Mookie just said. Deion just feels more relatable, bro. Like
he does,
like I can shoot shit with him.
Deion feels like an uncle. Like Deion feels like family when he goes.
Bro, them kids want to play for Deion. Like, yo, they probably like, you know, I could say like, I think Bama, you know, we've had coaches that we like, you know, that we've had in our life that we like a lot. But I could never say every coach most of the coaches I've had in my life I'll lay down and die for, bro. I really can't say that. Them boys, them kids, some of them kids out there lay down and die for Deion, bro. I'll never forget. I don't think y'all the one of the craziest moments I think none of y'all ever forget or don't know, because I know a lot of y'all did not watch no Jackson State, so I know y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Because Bama knows what I'm talking about.
I watched Jackson State.
Yeah, Bama knows what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I watched them.
When they were at Jackson State, Travis made a hell of a play. I think it was either a pick or he scored a touchdown, but he did something spectacular on the field. He go out to Deion, he started crying. He say, "Thanks for believing in me, coach."
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah,
he's hugging the coach, crying. Talking about, "Thank you for believing in me, coach." Yep. The number one player in all of football at a HBCU. Remember, he could have gone anywhere in the world.
He decommitted from Florida State. Florida State. To go play at Jackson State.
Go play at Jackson State.
Because he wanted to go play with Deion because he trusted in him that he would be able to help him produce his talent.
Facts.
And now he's at Colorado and he balls out. So none of y'all can say shit about this man because all y'all just gonna hate. And y'all gonna like J-Rob said, they can lose one game this season. And y'all gonna be on us saying,
they're gonna be hating, bro.
Well, we never said they're gonna win the national championship. If they win 7 or 8 games out of this season, after going 1-11 last season, that's the greatest turnaround.
My boy Grant in his bag right now. I love it. I love it.
And you know where they're ranked right now in the AP poll? 22nd.
22.
Over Texas A&M. They got Texas A&M, Tulane, and Clemson that are over them. Clemson's wild since they lost that way. But let's switch gears. We still only got about an hour and 17 left in the show, so I want to switch gears because I do want to get into some NFL as well. Let's just switch gears because we got Mookie and Dev up here.
I do want to just say this though, Rob. Before you do, I just want to say, yo, I'm so impressed. Now, don't get me wrong. I watched Shedeur Sanders at Jackson State, and I definitely saw it. But obviously, the talent in defense, you know, the quality of defense that you're going to go at in HBCU, it's up and down. It's very fickle in terms of his ability to read. Yo, this kid is just dots. All I'm seeing
is dot.
Him and the OC were simpatico.
I ain't gonna lie. NFL scouts, I promise you, every NFL scout in America right now is circling this 2 weeks, man. They're circling the 2 weeks for Colorado that go back to back. Bo Nix versus Shedeur versus Caleb Williams.
There we go.
Every NFL scout is literally going to be at that game. Pen and pad ready, because I promise you Shedeur will enter the first round. They do not have to go undefeated for Shedeur to look like a first round quarterback. And also, y'all all Jack and Drake May. I don't know how many crazy seasons Drake may have.
At the end of the day, man,
be real.
That USC Colorado game is gonna boil down to
that's gonna get a lot of
that's
yeah,
that's
really who has the last for me.
Jiraiya is Tom Brady and Kakashi is Patrick Mahomes. So who the better sensei at this point?
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Deion,
I'm gonna tell y'all.
Tom Brady texted Shedeur after the game.
Said,
hey, job's not over.
Absolutely.
Don't get complacent.
When you got the GOAT texting
Patrick
you like
Mahomes,
that, come on, bro.
But Patrick Mahomes is also texting
You better
Caleb Williams,
stop,
though.
man.
Patrick Mahomes texts Caleb Williams, letting Caleb Williams know, hey, same thing, similar thing. So that's really what I want to see, bro. That's gonna really boil it down to who better. To me, I'm weird like that. That's really going to solidify who better, Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about
No, bro.
Hold on. Let him finish his point and move on because we're gonna get
reason why I say that, bro.
Let him finish his point.
The reason why I say that, bro, we gonna have this argument with how their careers pan out. We can have this argument for the next 20 years. But now we actually get to see their pupils, bro. How well can these boys coach their pupils up, and how great are their pupils gonna be? Because at the end of the day, bro, they never really played against each other like that. Patrick Mahomes was young coming in. Tom Brady was on his way coming out. But this finna be the first time we get to see like a Patrick Mahomes.
Don't dumb it down now.
Don't ignore Super Bowl 2020.
Don't dumb it down now. We saw them in the AFC Championship. Brady pulled it out. Brady blew them out.
That's nasty.
Oh, no.
There's more context.
Hold on.
There's more
I
context.
got one to just say real quick,
but this what really.
Hold on. No. Let him go because I want to move on.
We get to really see from start to finish how these dudes' careers go pan out. And like I said, these dudes, Mahomes and Brady, they have been adamant about texting these kids, reaching out to these kids, flying these kids to where they train to really put them up under their tutelage and up under their wing, bro. So we really get to see is everything what it is, bro? How well can you teach the game, bro? Like, so we gonna really get to see that because, like, with the Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady, we all know that O-line shit was horrible, bro. Like, it's so much context that was missing to that where I would want to see it play out on an even slate to really see who's better. And I would want to see Patriot Tom. I don't want to see Tampa Tom.
Why people they said that?
Hold on, Moogie.
Yeah, but go ahead. That's it. That's all I want.
Because I got Bam, you good. That's actually an interesting conversation, bro. This is the NFL turning into Boruto. I dig it. Naruto and Sasuke got their people or whatever. It's Boruto, bro, because it's Boruto right now. Yeah, I get it.
I like them boys. Them boys not haters, and they looking for their little proteges.
I like it.
They really putting these guys up under his wings. Patrick Mahomes didn't have to do what he did for Caleb Williams. He didn't. He didn't have to fly Caleb Williams out to come train with him in Kansas City. Neither did Tom Brady. I get it. Your dad is a great cornerback, but that ain't got nothing to do with Tom. So the fact that they taking these kids up under their wings, what they like in college football, that really like puts an interesting dynamic on college sports and the NFL too, because now it's almost like we get to see these our favorite athletes over again. We get to see them all over again. We get to see
different versions
again. We get to see Patrick Mahomes, different versions.
Yeah, bro, I feel that. I definitely feel that. Hold on. No. Don't get lost. New topic. Already said that. Mookie, we got you in depth here because this is the last college football topic I want to talk about because it's very important. So I'm going to give y'all the floor because one of y'all could go first to talk about Mookie, your Tigers. Holy smokes, what happened? Florida State completely mud hole stomped y'all.
He said,
and then Dev, holy smokes. You got mud hole stomp by Duke. So actually, you know what?
By a basketball school.
Mookie, we're gonna actually let you go. We're gonna let you go first because Dev, you got mud hole stomp by Duke. 28-7. So, let Mookie go first to talk about what happened.
Yeah, when I watched the LSU game, because I watched a couple minutes, man, this LSU, man, just don't made a lot of mistakes, bro. I mean, at times when we try to push the football downfield, we have a boneheaded mistake, fumble. You know what I'm saying? It was a back and forth game between LSU and Florida State. It just, and then that quarterback, man. He's backup caliber. I see nothing special in that quarterback.
You don't like Jaden Daniels? You over it?
Nah, he's not that it, man. It just times where he just, I don't know, man. It just, I when I says quarterbacks, I have a harsher like opinion about them because I expect something, but I just gotta address him like how he is. I mean, he has a good build. He's athletic. But like the arm strength is missing for me. His accuracy is inconsistent as well. I mean, he can run the football. He could be mobile at times, but it's some mistakes that he made. I mean, the strip fumble that he had. That somebody came up and tackled him and stripped him and turned over the football. The fumble that they had that they was about to score and march down to change the score. That's all I've seen. I mean, it was just a lot of plays that they should have capitalized on, and they just didn't capitalize on. I ain't gonna lie, man. My Tigers, man. I root for the Tigers. That's the hometown team. You know what I'm saying? But I think we'll probably get it to go because I like our defense. The defense can be much better. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, bro, go Tigers.
How far is they dropping the rankings?
Are we unfortunate?
I got it right now. They are officially LSU as of week 2 are, according to the AP, they're 14.
Oh, there's a super chat about that. My bad. Brandon.
I also gotta ask Mookie, why was Jaden Daniels trying to jump over the entire line in the middle of the pocket?
tackle.
Oh,
that gave him that Goldberg.
He got the
spear,
Roman Reigns spear.
Oh my god!
Like he got speared harder than Ed.
Yeah,
like Ed speared him and went pow.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
I'm not gonna lie though, Mookie. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more grace because there's two things that I think. One of the issues I didn't understand. I thought this was the biggest coaching error. You have one of the best pass rushers in the country in Harold Perkins, projected to be a top 10 pick in this year's NFL draft. Why is he not closer to the?
There, man?
But I know you said that, but why is he not closer to the football though? If his best
Brian
ability
Kelly is a bot.
Yeah, he's a bot. He's a bot for that. But my thing is, that's what I'm saying. He is a bot. You have your best pass rusher away from the football. Like that, how is he in? He's not impacting the game. Not only is he not impacting the game, y'all making it easy for the Florida State O-line to account for him because he's on the second level. He's not closer to the ball. He's in no one-on-one. He's not in too many. He's not in too many. He wasn't in too many one-on-one matchups. And I'm like, I don't see how you're gonna have this caliber of player and not allow him to impact the game. I just don't feel like he put him in any situations to impact the game when he's that type of player.
As a freshman, that boy wreaked havoc of like defensive players of the year type
facts
pressure throughout the whole year. LSU when they went 9-2, when they upset Alabama, the man was getting pressure like no other. All of a sudden, brand new year, 0-0 on the win-loss column, and you just act like the season over. That's why I said, man, even that 2-point conversion when they beat Alabama, bro, that was just like the baddest play call you possibly could beat a team like Alabama. I was like, bro, this body.
Well, we don't be hating because we beat your ass. Don't be hating. Don't be hating, man.
No, but if you play like that, Alabama gonna get their get back when they go to Tuscaloosa. If you play like that, Alabama gonna get their get back, and it's not.
Hey, man, don't hate on the call, man. We whoop your ass, bro. Look, and we won the game, bro.
Because y'all go out there and play like how y'all played yesterday, and then the performance y'all had versus Texas A&M to end the season off the last year after beating Alabama. I'm like, bro, what the. Bro, he's a bot, bro. Brian Kelly is a bot.
Yeah, he might be a bot. He might be a bot.
The only thing I can remember in Brian Kelly. Like the only image I have of Brian Kelly was him dancing with that recruit that later. He was up there. I was like, bro, he was pandering so bad. I'm like, bro, what you pandering for?
Remember that fake accent that he had, like for a week?
Yeah, that fake accent was crazy.
You only been in the South for 2 days. How you get that accent?
Where did you get that accent from?
He came from Notre Dame. And he trying to be Southern. Like, get this man out the building.
Hey, but I will say this though. I'll say my biggest takeaway though from that game. Jordan Travis better than I expected. But Keon Coleman, welcome to the first round of the NFL draft, my guy.
Yes, sir.
That boy is special. Like when that boy went out there and they got that, it was like that. They got that 4th and short, 3rd and short. and he looked to the sideline and tell the coaches, this guy right here, come on, run a fade right here. They threw it to him in the next play. He high pointed Moss to take it out of there against these LSU DBs. He was killing LSU DBs. He was absolutely special. I'm not gonna lie. It took me one game to see he better than Johnny Wilson.
Yo, he
Johnny
didn't
Wilson
even.
be first
Hey,
round.
J-Rod, they told somebody told me that
He's from Louisiana, actually, Mookie. That
yeah. Somebody told me that Georgia is finna three-peat. Like, y'all agree with that? Like they finna three-peat. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, this Florida State
it ain't
team is
nasty.
talented,
It ain't
bro.
nasty
I
to
like
think about.
it's not.
It ain't nasty. It's not nasty to think about. So I'm gonna tell y'all boys this, man. I love Alabama to death, and I think Alabama got a good shot to knock off Georgia this year too. But at the end of the day, man, I gotta go with the younger Nick Saban. That's Kirby Smart, man. Ever since Kirby left, man. You right.
Yeah, let's say right now.
Nick Saban a lot of good teams, though. Man. Nick Saban was IP man, and Kirby came in on this Bruce Lee stuff. So when he came in on this Bruce Lee stuff, you could see, man, the energy that secondary at Georgia plays with, bro. That's all Kirby, man. Like that's literally all Kirby. That's what Kirby specialized in, getting them dogs barking. And I was just like, man, when they played Tennessee last year, I was like, man, this looked like the old Alabama, man. I was like, dog, I really shedded a tear watching them boys really beat Tennessee up like that. They really beat them boys up.
They beat their ass.
That's what they had.
So I got a question.
They just punching them, dog. They might. They got a good chance, bro.
So do you guys believe in the Florida State hype, or you think it's too early?
Oh, I believe actually.
Yes,
I believe going into the year. I believe going into the year.
Who's stopping them in the conference?
I said this.
Who's stopping them in the conference? That's my question.
I said this in preseason before the week even started.
So,
I said this.
I'm in
This
I'm
Florida
like in the
State team's
playoffs.
legit.
I'm talking about that's making a playoff spot.
Yeah, I think they get. I think they get one. I called it.
Avion, you a Florida State fan? You a Florida State fan?
No, I'm not at all. But I watched the game.
So this one, this one I'm finna tell folks right here. Florida State is gonna do just enough to make sure Deion Sanders can be their head coach. I'm trying to tell y'all this. So this is what I'm finna tell y'all. They is not gonna win too much, because if they win a national championship, that closes the door on Deion. So I tell folks this right here. You remember when Deion Sanders said, I wanted to go from high school and coaching college football, right? The first job he applied for was Florida State.
And got turned down.
But the thing with prestigious universities, bro, what I learned, you have to go by whatever system they have in order. Like them type of universities have never had a first-year head coach just come there and be the head coach of their university. You had to have a track record of being a college coach. So what they did was they made Deion Sanders take the easiest college coaching job he could get, which was Jackson State. Gave him Travis Hunter, right? So this is why I knew that they was grooming Deion Sanders to be the Florida State head coach. When everybody was talking about the trenches, and you remember that over this past summer when them 25 players, the remaining 25 players left Colorado, right? If they didn't make this national news, but right after them 25 players left Colorado, he got 25 players, grads and undergraduates from Florida State, bro. So I put 2 and 2 together. I said, man, Florida State grooming Deion, dog. You mean to tell me
Deion just you don't think Deion just sticking it to Florida State?
Nah.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I really
you ain't gotta agree. The reason why I say you can't stick it to Florida State like that, bro, because that's your prestigious university.
I get it. I get that.
They built that pipeline, bro. For you, so listen, this is what I'm saying. The players that he lost, he got those same players back from Florida State. So it's like if I lose a DN and you give me a DN,
they're not going to lose a game.
I gotta disagree with you on that one.
No, I get what you.
Okay, why would Florida State throw away a chance to win it all?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm sorry. I don't think as much as I love the only reason I don't know. Like I understand. I hear what you're saying, but like I'm looking at Florida State's schedule right now, bro. This thing that they got right here, bro. The game that they had to win, they won already in September 3rd. The rest of the way, Bama, it's Southern Miss, BC, Clemson, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Duke, Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, Miami, North Alabama, and Florida to end the year.
So
I don't see them losing the game.
Clemson's the toughest game.
Clemson is trash.
Clemson's not stopping. Just see that Clemson is boo-boo cheeks.
They don't even, and they're not playing, and they don't play, and they don't play,
and
and they don't play North Carolina this year. So it's like, unless they see them in the
they'll play in the ACC championship. They'll play in the championship.
Clemson, yeah.
Listen, I get what you're trying to say, but I think you're taking credit away from Deion as being a master recruiter, man.
Yeah,
you got players at the TCU game walking up to this man crying and stuff like that because they love him and stuff like that.
Shout out Tyreek.
You think that FSU would give players to Deion? I don't see that working out, especially with the boosters that they have. So I think Deion is just a master recruiter that he pulled players away from other universities. That's why you got Nick Saban come out in the news criticizing Deion about his recruiting tactics and all these other
little luncheon thing that he was at.
It's like
a sore loser if you ask me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, but this is what y'all boys fail to realize too. Florida State still got to grant them players releases. Like that's what y'all realize. Y'all hear about this portal stuff, but the school still got to give you.
They just got a whole new coach, Bama.
But Travis Hunter was different though.
But you get it. But it's not like they can give you, but they can't withhold your release from you.
Yeah,
bro.
It's not like what it used to be. It's different now.
NFL.
But this is what I'm saying, dog. With Travis Hunter, that's different because as a high school kid, what I'm telling you is when them players left from Colorado, right? You just need to go back and look at it. Every position. So you look at all the positions, right? I would feel y'all, right? If what y'all was saying was true, I would feel y'all got a bunch of linebackers and a bunch of O-line or a bunch of D-line. No, for every position he lost, right, from Colorado, Florida State replaced that with the same position. It wasn't like,
they got a whole new coach.
Yeah, bro.
Of course, there's always turnover when there's a new coach. Bama, look at exactly what you're trying to say right now. Bama.
Man, they jumping your ass.
Bama, listen.
Fight back, Bama. Fight back.
Like Bama, why would Florida State sacrifice the chance for a national championship?
Why would they do that?
Because Mike Norvell in this portal, he built the offense so Jordan Travis.
Yeah, I gotta give Mike Norvell some credit, bro.
Wide receiver. And the defense this year, in my opinion, it's one of the most solid defenses that they've had in the past year.
Number 5 is
So why would they in a while? So why would they sacrifice? Why would they do all that just to throw away half the season just so they could get Deion? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Because my question is, what would be more important, a national championship or Deion? They haven't won one in 10 years. So I think they would want the national championship more, right?
You know what they would say? You know what they would say, Florida State too? Because I would prefer Deion because that's going to bring more longevity of national championships.
That I agree with.
Okay, let's say this. Let's say this,
having Mike Norvell over
that point.
Bama. Let's say this.
Yeah, I agree with that point.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay, that's cool. But Bama, let's just say you do that. Why? Okay, so then if I see that, the only reason you thinking that Deion would go is because of his prior affiliation to the university. Because if I'm sitting there like that, that's crazy that you just throw away something like that. If I'm a coach, why would I want to go there? Let's just say it plans out with Deion or something. Why would I go there if you're willing to throw away a whole, like you have a great chance to win a national title? Why would you just throw it away? Like why would any athlete, unless you do that and dear God, Deion says no, first of all. And why would any athlete come to Florida State if Deion cannot get there or anything like that? That just sounds crazy. That's some conspiracy level, like the government did 9/11 type stuff that you're doing right now, bro.
Yeah,
but what you're doing. But see what you're saying is it's easy to say conspiracy because that's the easiest cop out, right? But at the end of the day, I go with what makes sense. This makes perfect sense right here because it's because I can easily say what you're saying that it's a conspiracy for me. I can easily say the same thing back, bro, for you just to sit there and just be like, all right, bro, if I go down for 25 straight positions and it just basically looked like one dude went out and I just got the same position.
Okay, Bama, you are not accounting for when new coaches come in. There is always.
Then why didn't they hire Deion right out of Florida when he was leaving Jackson State?
Exactly,
because
before he got Colorado. Then why didn't they hire him then?
Damn.
And hire him later because he could have chosen. I bet you $1 million that if he had to choose between Florida State and Colorado, he would have picked Florida State.
Let me talk back.
He would not have picked Colorado if he was given the option. So why didn't they offer him and get rid of Mike Norvell?
Hell,
Explain me that. Because if
wasn't
Deion had that
bro.
option, I'm betting you $1 million he would have chosen Florida State because he
Why let
wanted
him go
to go there.
Colorado?
Because why would he go to Colorado or Jackson State or any of these places? He went to
Grant is
Jackson
turned
State
up.
and dominated
Is Grant
and
unlocking
did what
his
he did.
potential right
And
before our
what
eyes?
he did out there is ridiculous. So why didn't they give him the offer when he had the chance? If they wanted him, they should have gotten him when he was at Jackson State, not when he was at Colorado. Not when he was at Colorado. He should have gotten him when he was at Jackson State. And the fact that you're sitting there and saying that they're trying to throw away their season for a national championship just so they can get
how is it
freaking
Wait. Time out. Hold on. Listen, y'all. Hold on, y'all. This is player's choice. We do things a certain way here.
Absolutely.
All
Let
right.
me back on
We
that.
do shit a certain way here.
I'm a
Final form.
No, let Bama go. Let Bama go, Grant.
Yeah,
And then Grant, you go. Yeah, y'all get into it. Yeah, Bama, you go, then Grant go.
Let's go.
So
I got my money on Grant.
To address random with
Parlays. I'm doing parlays right now. Yeah.
You keep talking about, oh, it was a new coach. Mike Norvell was just there last year, so it's no new coach to make a player leave. They have the same coach in Mike Norvell, and they had a 10-2 season last year. So if I'm a graduate that has a year to come back, it would be more incentives for me to come back to Florida State. And also, if I'm also Florida State, that would be even more of an incentive.
No. J-Rob,
Stop.
It's tools right now.
You can't say nah and not let me get to my point. I'm gonna let you niggas get off that weak ass dog food. So y'all finna let me get off this. So if the coach is already there, Mike Norvell, he already showing you the 10-2 season as a player. I'm gonna think, hey, bro, if I'm a 5th-year senior, I'm just gonna come back. I ain't finna go over there to what Deion cooking, especially if he cooking up a dream, bro. So that's what I'm telling you. Also, from a Florida State standpoint, if Deion lost 25 players, bro, you shit out of luck, bro. I'm just gonna tell you that you just lost 25 players. You just lost 25 players from Colorado. I'm not gonna send you a shipment of players. What I'm trying to tell y'all boys, maybe if it was 10 players or 5 players or 8 players, the fact that they got 25 players from FSU, bro, something seems fishy with that. It's like, man, Deion knows somebody. Bro, it was a good group of. It was like 20 to 25. It was 20 to 25 players. It was somewhere up in there, 25, 21, something like that, bro. But anyway, it was like 20 departures from Colorado and the same amount from Florida. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Maybe if it was 8 players, but the fact that it was 20, it's like Deion Sanders knows somebody at Florida. Because how are you able to get that many players from a program that just went 10-2? I'm asking the same questions y'all asking because it's like, bro, they just went 10-2. It's no way they just let 20 players walk up out of there. It was pass rushers, DBs, and they're like, damn, bro, they just sent that man an amazing care package. So what y'all saying is, well, asking the question of why would they just throw their season away? Well, if we got somebody over there that we really want, bro, I work at a college, bro. They will sit there and just make you do the groundwork of it. And the whole time they already got who they want, bro. They been wanted Deion. This shit that Mike Norvell doing, this shit just for shits and giggles. Because the whole time Deion doing what he need to do, he had to have a coaching track record. He never coached college football before. That's why. So to answer your question, Graham, why did he have to go to Jackson State? Because he never coached college football before. Why did he have to go to Colorado? Because he never coached college football before. They need a 3 to 5 year track record to coach at these big universities like what y'all see. I know people at home just think that, hey, man, I want to coach for Alabama, so I'm going to go put in a job application to be the head coach at Alabama. No, numbnut. That's not how the world of sports works. They want track records, especially at these big universities that where you generate $100 million a year at them. Off of football alone, oh yeah, but we got to know a real big track record. We got to make sure because you're playing with house money. So we got to make sure that you know how to all the ins and outs work. So Deion showed he's running the course. He went to Jackson State, fixed that school up, turned that program around. Now he's about to show the world that I could do it on the Power 5 level. First I had to show you in college. Now I'm going to show you on the Power 5. So guess what that means? The next stop will be Tallahassee. I will put my money on it. I told y'all they was going to win week 1. I told y'all they're going to win 10-plus football games. I'm going to call it again. And either either this year or next year, he would be down in Tallahassee, bro. You can bet
the
house
J-Rob.
dollar on that. He'll be down.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I can see that happening because of Florida State.
J-Rob.
My problem.
Actually, go ahead, Grant. Yeah,
my problem with this is I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you on some points. My issue with it is Mike Norvell in his first he's been at FSU for 4 years. His first season there was with the pandemic, right? They go 2-6. Next season, they're 4-4. They go they're 3-6. They're 5-7 the next year. Then they go 10-3 the next year. And if you look at this team this year and the way they performed extraordinarily well. But the fact that you're saying that they're going with 28 players, it doesn't matter regardless. The issue is why would they throw away something that they can have? Because I bet
they've been building for years.
They've been building this. This is the year Jordan Travis is going to show himself to the country with this team. So the fact that you're saying that they would sacrifice a national championship and a spot in the playoff that they haven't been at since Jameis Winston was in the program is something that I don't think they would do to just get Deion Sanders. Because if they wanted Deion, they should have gotten him and presented him the offer when he was at Jackson State.
Good point.
Because if he was at Jackson State and they needed him so bad after that 5-7 season or that 10-3 season, they could have just said, "We're
easy work to give him the contract."
Damn, man.
Hold on.
The reason why they couldn't do that. The reason why they couldn't do that, bro, because like I said, it would be no way you can justify hiring him after 2 to 3 years of no coaching track record.
He's been successful ever since he stepped on to Jackson State.
He's been successful at an FCS level. He does not have enough track record to coach at a university as prestigious as Florida.
That's not He was at Jackson State.
Let me go, please, J-Rob.
Before you go, let me say this. I'm from Jackson. I was at Jackson State. He had a harder time at that program than he had anywhere else. They didn't have a football field or a practice field. They had to build one. He had to build them a locker room. He had to build them these necessities. So he had to do all that. And mind you, at the time, he was also going through a freaking toe amputation.
People thought he was going to lose his foot.
And people thought he was going to lose his whole foot. And that whole team, and mind you, he also, with not only Shedeur, he got Travis Hunter to decommit from guess where? Florida State to come play at Jackson State. So he built this at Jackson State, and he said this, he goes to Colorado, and he's building something there. So the fact that you're saying that, again, if Florida State wanted him, why didn't they sign him when he was debating leaving state?
Excuse does not work. It just doesn't work.
You can't say it's a track record just because it's at HBCU. It's still
you could have explained it. It's
level.
Deion Sanders. You could have used his experience at Jackson State. You could have done it, and you could have sold it to your boosters. You were just wrong, or you saw what Mike Norvell was building, and you rolled with that. Like anybody else.
You can, Bama. You know how much money that Jackson State got?
What y'all thinking is so. This is why I say, man, I don't think y'all understand, bro. That's why I'm glad I played.
We good. You understand?
I get to see the back. I get to see the back office store.
You lied about the number of people that transferred from Florida State. You lied about it. He had 26 total transfers. 5 of them, five were from FSU. 5 of them. The chat called you out. I'm calling you out. You're just wrong for that. You're creating this conspiracy like this is a goddamn RICO case, and this fool's out here running some kind of cartel, bro. He ain't doing that. He was a great coach. He was a great coach high school. A great coach at Jackson State. Missed the opportunity to bring him in. That's what they did. They missed the opportunity to bring him in. Now you're creating this grand conspiracy. Like, bro, go right for Disney then with the kind of fantasy you building right now, bro. What we talking about?
It's no fantasy. So this is why I say for all you high school stars that don't know that football is about zeros and commas. So I'm going to take you into the world of upper collegiate athletics where you have to earn a scholarship. Not because, hey man, I want to play football.
I work for a conference.
I'm going to tell you about something where, hey, you also have to pass a conditioning test to get on these teams I'm talking about.
I play college football too, bro. What you talking about?
So this is what I'm trying to tell you. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, right? So when you go to HBCUs, right? Again, I'm finna tell you
can't
about
sell
the track.
Deion Sanders, maybe the biggest alumni of your school.
So,
Seriously, JC, get out of here, bro.
Again,
you just lying at this point.
Again, it will be hard for them to tell everybody it was something other than favoritism to hire that man with no coaching track record. Jackson State, he showed major leaps and bounds of what he was able to do for us. Get boosters to donate money, get fans in the stands, know how to sell ticket. So yes, he did a very good job of showing these Power 5.
Don't forget that.
He
won also.
Of showing. So can I finish though? Why y'all still talking about bullshit? Y'all talking bull. Y'all interject with bullshit, bro. Y'all
it's
do
not
that
bullshit.
Much.
It's
literally facts. Again, you can just look them up right now on your phone, Bama.
So this is what I'm talking about. Y'all talking about all this other shit that don't matter. Him at Jackson State, what he did at Jackson State, he shows other schools that, hey man, I could take a school that's at damn near nothing and make them look like they have something. It might not be the house money that them Power 5 schools play with, but he showed them I know how to manage money on a grant and I know how to scale money on a larger scale. So Colorado came knocking. Boom, 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 boom. So that's what he did. He took that job quick. So now he's actually in a job interview for Florida State. Now he actually gets to have the Florida State job interview where we get to watch him from a distance and see would he be able to be the coach of the Florida State Seminoles. Because like I said,
if Mike Norvell keeps balling and building the way he's doing, he's never gonna be the coach there. He's never gonna be the coach there, Bama.
So he got his foot in the door. He got his foot in the door at Jackson State. So now we finally found someone else to give him a chance. Unfortunately, it was Colorado, but look what he's doing at Colorado. He's showing that he can turn a program around instantly. And one thing about Power 5 sports, if you don't win now, you gone tomorrow. That's what a lot of you guys don't understand. You keep out and winning.
You keep ignoring Mike Norvell's track record here. He's a 10-win coach. If he keeps doing it, you're just saying FSU's gonna fall off the map. Then that's what you're saying.
Off of 1 year.
That's all. Okay, so you're just saying FSU's gonna fall off the map then. That's what you're saying then. If they're not going to be as good when you just look at how they just performed.
I don't care about how they perform. Mike Norvell is not going to be able to keep that up as a coach. He's not going to be able to keep that up. He ain't going to be able to keep that up. Watch in a few weeks.
Yeah, but at least, winning a national championship don't get you hired and don't get you fired in year 3.
Fired.
If they win the Natty or go to the playoffs, he's at least there for 2 more years.
You talking about
he's unprecedented.
You talking about a bunch of ifs. So we talking about the same.
You're talking a bunch of ifs.
All right, no. We are talking. I understand we're talking to ifs, but if you look at Florida State, they are in a good place right now.
If they win the national championship,
they're in a great spot. They're number 4 in the nation.
But I think even getting a playoff spot will be enough for them to retain Norvell for a few more seasons.
Because
like been fired after getting a playoff spot. Name the coach.
When they lose to Clemson and Boston College, come back and holler at me, bro.
Let me ask you one question. Wait, let me ask one more question. Hold on. Bama, hold on, y'all. Let me ask Bama one question. Let me ask Bama a question. Let me ask Bama one more question. All right, free. Let me ask you one more question. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna ask you this: how long does Sonny Dykes last at TCU? Then, how many years do you think he got left?
Bro, he's in a different situation in Norvell, right? Because TCU really don't have no expectations, bro.
Right.
Like we put the expectations on them because they just went to the national championship.
Right.
Bro, that shit was just on some. That shit was on a hope and a dream.
Cinderella story. It was a Cinderella year.
Cinderella story. First off, that's still a pretty good coach, smaller compared to other Power 5 universities. Yeah. For you to think that TCU is supposed to pull off runs after runs after runs, I just don't see how it's going to happen.
No. I don't think that.
Especially recruiting against all the Texas teams, Texas A&M and Texas, I don't really see how they can continue to pull this off and get the athletes, especially if next year when Deion comes to the Big 12. All right, we'll see if this can continue to happen.
The Big 12 is going to be crazy next year, bro. And again, I think Utah's in the Big 12 next year too. Utah and
I thought they was in
Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State.
I thought they was in the Big 10. Utah.
Like I said, bro, I'm not hype on Mike Norvell like that. I can see him losing to them teams like what I'm telling you, J-Rod. That's what type of coach he is. He gonna get this buzz right now where it's gonna start off number 4 team in the nation. But like I said, when they're losing to Boston College and Clemson. Y'all will come back. And
I
They're not
will say-
losing. I don't think they losing to Clemson.
I will say this, Bama, because I Bama. Cause I think
Team
here's-
good, man. They got a lot of players there.
To Bama point, I think he's going based off last year because like remember because FSU won last year, and then they ended up losing to Clemson. They lost to these teams last year, but this is a whole different year though.
But Clemson is struggling offensively, bro. They lost a lot.
Dev, you know, let's Dev. What happened with your squad, bro? The team that you told us was going to the playoffs.
All right, here's what happened. In my opinion. First things first.
I mean, Duke is a good team, though.
First things first. No, Duke. Credit to Duke. They out physical.
They're not allowed to lose to Duke, bro.
No.
That quarterback is probably going to the first round in the future.
Go ahead, Dev.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dev.
Credit to Duke and their defense. They play very physical. First thing first. We need to hit the transfer though. Dabo Sweeney, I know you say you don't like the transfer, but everybody's doing this. Time to change. Like we can't be doing the same thing. We have to adapt. Because notice this, J-Rob. We lost Brett Venables. We lost our other coordinator, Tony Elliott. You know what they were very important for? The recruitment. Brett Venables is the one that got Isaiah Simmons. Brett Venables is the one that helped got Christian Wilkins, them dogs in that D-line. Tony Elliott helped got Trevor Lawrence. And these dog receivers, our receivers cannot create no separation. Our offense looks stagnant. This TCU offensive coordinator, he's bringing that TCU juju to Clemson now. Like we look terrible. Like our play calling looked terrible. And like every time we got to the red zone, we fumble. We could not store, make mistake out of mistakes. Our offense looks like one of the bottom ranking in the nation. Our offense is literally Will Shipley. That's it. Will Shipley is he's the only person that had a good game, I'll say, for Clemson. He had 100-something yards. He's a receiver. He's a first rounder. Cade, he's young. I still don't know how to feel about him. We cannot move the ball. FSU is about to tear us up. I feel like defensively. Here's the thing. Here's how the game go. Clemson defense gonna play good at first, right? But guess what? They're gonna be on the field the whole game because you know why? 3 and out, pick 3 and out. So we're gonna
Dev. When y'all gonna acknowledge the fact that Dev?
It's over. I know it's over.
All these transfer portal. We could say transfer portal. We could say this, that, and the third. But when are you just gonna say you had 2 generational dudes, man?
No. I agree. No, you're 100% right. We had 2 generational dudes, but also with that generational dudes, they still had talent around him. They had T. Higgins. They had great defensive line, O-line, receivers. Yep. So like, even though we had 2 generational dudes, they still had talent. Like
but why were those dudes going to play at those schools? Because of those 2 generational dudes. Nobody's like, you got to understand the Mike Williams, the Justin Rosses. They understand who their quarterback is. You don't think you think these guys are committing to these universities just because they're just without knowing who's going to be playing quarterback for them? No way in hell, bro. I'm telling you, the reason why every top quarterback, especially if you're a number 1 type of player in the country, number 2 in that round, 5-star, top receivers are going to gravitate towards you. That's why they had guys like that. I don't believe that y'all are going to find yourselves in an era again where y'all are doing that. And the sad part is about Clemson. Y'all know if y'all had to play Oregon State where DJ is at, it would stomp a mud hole in y'all.
And the thing is, Gerald, because Clemson does a good job recruiting in Georgia and South Carolina because they kind of relate well. It's close, and like nowadays, like you said, the transfer portal and NIL deals because like Clemson not giving out a lot of NIL deals. If Clemson
that's dumb. That's just dumb. That's another reason,
and that's stupid. And that's so stupid. That's the thing.
He's one of the more. Isn't he one of the more like negative purport? He was attacking the trap.
Yes, bro. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. We have to adapt to this time because like you will go like if we offer a receiver like some money and all that stuff, they'll come. Or like if we offer like someone like yes, we have their developmental, but we go on guys like this sweet. Like I didn't know none of the only person I knew was Antonio Williams and Bo Collins. But Bo Collins been dealing injuries his whole college career.
I don't think your system was ever as good as people thought it was. Like your offensive system, like I think y'all had some really great guys at the position.
It was never.
I think DJ last year. I think DJ was used as a scapegoat for y'all last year. DJ got a lot of talent, bro.
He's at Oregon State.
No, J-Rob, I wanted to agree with you because like our offense, our system between our offensive system with Deshaun Watson was good. Against Lawrence, I say it was okay, but Lawrence was super talented. But then with DJ, it exposed our offense exposed because DJ is super talented, but the offense system, the screens, like even the play calling, I did not like the play calling. It looked very like simplistic, like. like J-Rob, you would have did worse. If, like, in your prime, you would have did worse. Like you like and all this stuff against them.
Yeah,
But
no,
I got a
I
question
seen
though.
DJ because I seen DJ. I remember I'm still I don't think DJ's season was indicative of DJ, and that's what I
Yes,
feel like people don't
yes.
understand, and that's why I'd be like, yo, people be really casuals when it comes to certain things. Like I gotta see you do something multiple times because I've seen quarterbacks in one situation look one way and then completely thrive in another, and then now they're first. You've seen this happen to first round draft picks literally. Like you literally
And
have watched
he
it
looks
in the
good at
NFL.
Oregon State right now.
Yeah,
So-
and the thing is, but what is Oregon State doing that I think Clemson wasn't doing? They're putting DJ in easier situations for him to be successful.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I say I don't know if DJ is really bad is I remember when they played at Notre Dame, Trevor didn't play. He was a true freshman. DJ was a true freshman.
Yeah, like 400
he had
yards.
to play. And that game, I said, damn, this kid is really damn good. And he was out there he probably didn't know too much. He was probably wet as hell behind the ears at the time. And he was just kind of winging it against Notre Dame at Notre Dame, and he was balling out of control. So I think in some ways people got to account for the fact that Clemson kind of failed this kid too.
We did. No, and not only that, people forget that he was a number 2 quarterback in the nation coming out of high school. It was him and Bryce Young. That was the thing. That was a rivalry. Like those were the 2 big dogs. Oh, he's about to say Avion Plummer.
Yeah. I got a question, man. Like, when are we going to start looking at Dabo? You know, to J-Rob point. I mean, Dabo
I already see where he's going. I already see where he's going.
Dabo
We should have been mentioning him on Fraud
generational
Watch. We should have mentioned him on that day.
The Dabo dynasty is dead.
Listen. Dabo been talking a lot of stuff about other coaches and their practices, stuff like that. And watching yesterday's game, it looked like he got hit by the times, and
he's not adapting.
Do you think Dabo's going to be with Clemson? We talk about Deion and movement and stuff like that. Do you think Dabo's going to stay with Clemson in the near future, like next year or the year after?
Listen, I say yes because the pedigree, because like he is the best Clemson coach in the history of Clemson. Well, those just in that, but because two, I don't think Clemson. We're not really having a replacement. There's no head tier coach that I think Clemson gunning for, and I think the issue was like Dabo in his period Clemson. He was like a CEO, like. The assistants was the one that was doing like the recruitment stuff and all this stuff, the heavy deal stuff. Now Dabo has to adjust. Now it's Dabo's that's the one doing this. Dabo's the one that's handling all this management, the players, the practices, and like you could tell Clemson we're looking old school. Like our offense doesn't look as we blitz a lot. We do still blitz every like the defense. We still have some talented players. Like I still think we have the best linebacking room in the country, but still our defense doesn't make a lot of sense because like when you watch the game, we was playing back, we was giving them the zone coverage because Duke was killing us on like the little short game, and like they was finding like little holes in the short game of defense, and then they was just playing very physical. The problem with Clemson is like one, I feel like it's mainly the offense. 2, the talent, because we're just like if you look at our talent compared to like other rosters, even like compared to North Carolina has like I feel like has some better receivers than us.
Yeah,
and like
Wow. Do you think Dabo is a great coach? That's what I'm trying to say.
He's a good coach. You can't. I can. I'm never gonna call you a bad coach when you have when you turn around a program like Clemson, because Clemson used to be a run of mill program too before Dabo came in and his story and like winning 2 national championships and to be a powerhouse in that era while Alabama was at his prime. You had to be a great coach to do that. And
there was a time where we were like, is it Clemson or Alabama going to win it all every year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like now, but times have changed now. Like this is the most parity we see in college football.
Because now we have you be happy somebody can beat Alabama though. It really they only have
y'all act like y'all wasn't facing each other in multiple championships.
It was only them 2 years back to back with Deshaun.
I'm just
Watson.
saying,
it was
bro.
Just epic
That was
show.
okay.
It was just epic showdown.
Bama, you were acting like that conversation was not being had. It was being had.
Yes, those two
because everybody.
You got to remember, Alabama's running the freaking NCAA for 10 years, bro. If you can compete with Alabama, that's a
staple.
That's a staple for your program in general. I mean, look at Texas A&M with Johnny Manziel. When they beat Alabama, that's when they put the whole university on the map. So I'm not going to take.
I mean, look at Texas right now. They're calling this a rivalry. Not a rivalry day. Like if Texas somehow beats Alabama this weekend coming up, that's gonna make Texas program go up even more. Because Alabama's still a staple, even with y'all. Like, even if people doubt y'all, Bama, y'all still a staple because people are trying to live up to you guys. Trying to beat you guys.
It's crazy to say
but
that
to
about
J-Rob,
Texas,
my fault, Avion. Go ahead. Go on.
No, I'm saying that's kind of crazy, like to say that about Texas. That now finally they got a team that can that can compete. After all these years.
They were like the
since Vince
Cowboys
Young.
of college
I ain't gonna
football,
lie,
right?
bro.
Vince
I'm
Young.
actually
They were
not
the
Everybody
excited
was
Cowboys.
to
loved
play
because of
Alabama.
pedigree or whatever.
I'm not excited to see. I'm not excited at all to see Texas play Alabama. Actually, like
I
watched
yeah.
them play Rice. I'm sorry. I'm not sold on Quinn Ewers, man. I'm just not.
I got
Nah,
in all honesty, people have been saying, "Oh, this is going to be Texas's game." No, I got Bama winning this. Alabama is not going to lose in their
I
home
gotta see it to
stadium
believe it.
to Texas,
Mm.
and I
Yeah,
got to
I don't
see
think they're
Quinn
losing to
Ewers
Texas
ball
either.
out in that game.
I
But
don't
if
even
he
know.
plays
I don't
the way
even
he
know if
did
the
it,
best team in Texas
if
right now is
if he
Texas.
plays the way he did against Rice,
And
It's
that
Texas State
defense
right
is
now.
going to.
Yeah, I'm about to say Texas State might be the best team in Texas right now.
If he plays the way he did at Rice, he is going to get stomped out by that defense. He's not going to
think
stand
so?
a chance.
You
I
so?
think he is. The way he
Yeah.
played against Rice doesn't convince me that he's going to be able to perform like he did last year.
Yeah, that
Like,
that
if you
performance
look
against
at
Rice.
because if you look at how he played last year against Alabama before he got hurt,
He's balling out. He's balling.
he was balling out. And in this first, I know it's one game, and I understand, yes, but he's gotta go out there and give the performance of a lifetime because they sold out that game. It's a packed house, and if for those of you who have never been to an Alabama game, that game gets freaking loud. So he's got to be able
Biggest
to
frat
play
party
under
on earth.
pressure. Facts. They got to
Believe
play
that.
under. He's got to play
Alabama
under
fans are just
pressure, and
obnoxious,
he's got to be
pompous
able to
douchebags.
get the ball out of the pocket, or that Alabama defense is going to shut him down, and it's not going to
We'll
end well.
see. We'll see.
I've
Like you
got
say,
Bama win. I've got Alabama winning the game because I don't think Texas can do this. But
Now,
shocked
Malik
me.
Murphy. Now,
Texas
Malik
shocked-
Murphy come in there and replace my
Malik
boy.
Murphy
I think he might come in there and snap. I don't know if
Archie's
Arch
not-
Manning is ready.
They're gonna
I don't know if
redshirt him
Arch-
because
yeah,
I don't think
he's
personally
ready, bro.
Archie's ready for that. They need to give him time to develop.
Hell
If
no,
you throw that kid,
Archie out on that stage.
If you throw that
ruin
kid,
that boy career putting him out there on Alabama.
if you throw that kid into an environment way too early
Peyton
like
gonna
that,
come on the field.
especially at Texas,
Yeah, I would not make
they're
Arch
going
play
to
first game.
shock-
No, that
Yeah, I
is
would not
his-
make
that
him
is
play
his-
Peyton will come on the
Alabama.
field. Fire the coach immediately.
He's not going to be able to perform.
Peyton Manning gonna be like, get him off the field right now.
This would send him into the shadow realm. Like he would just end up in the sunken place for real.
No,
I mean, that's what they said about Johnny Manziel when he played at Alabama. His first year. You never know. Archie Manning might come through.
Different
he might
kind of
come through.
player, though. Different
But
kind
this
of
is
player.
literally like a kid who's in the family of one of the greatest quarterbacking known families in the
right.
history
Probably
of the
the
sport.
Hey,
Johnny
Bama, tell them
Manziel-
boys the type of impact the Manning family has when it comes to these quarterbacks.
But he can't be
Here,
ducking
man.
his
You could
smoke.
throw
He gotta start at
15
some time.
touchdowns in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
And still get $41 million in 1 year.
They do have a lot of impact. They have a lot of impact.
Eli.
Eli. We
If
ain't
that ain't
Before he
impact,
transition though.
Yes,
Let me
that
start
ain't
slamming
impact.
Eli.
100%.
Wham,
Listen, we all know that Eli got carried by that name. That's a fact.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it
not a
ain't-
Hall of
it ain't-
Fame.
that's
it
what
ain't
he was
Eli,
talking
that's
about.
Daniel
We're talking about
Jones.
Daniel Jones. We're talking
That's
about
Daniel
Daniel Jones.
Jones.
That
That
ain't
ain't
Daniel
Oh, you talking
Jones.
about Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
That's
He
Daniel
did his thing.
Jones.
He did his
That's
thing.
funny as hell. That's funny. as hell.
Hey, Gerald, before he
That's
transition
the
though,
impact
I just want to
of
say,
the Mannings.
That's funny as hell, Bama.
Yeah,
I even,
Manning
yo, you
makes
went second
their own
level on that one
impact.
for me.
He
That's
and
fine.
Eli.
That's fine.
hey Gerald, before he transition though, but I'm still a fan. Like if I could be a Falcons fan, I could be a Clemson fan, man. That's the thing. If I could, listen, man. Like we had to.
That's not good for your mental health, Dev.
You gotta
But
man,
the
he's
thing
gonna
is,
be
but the
stressing.
thing is, Clemson. Here's the thing: we're gonna get.
Boy Wonder, I will slander Eli Manning every
Because, you
chance
know,
I get.
because we're still gonna make a bowl game, but I'm still gonna be supportive. I'm still gonna be supportive for FSU. And if y'all want to clown me, in Telegram, Discord, wherever,
Blind
I'm here for it,
delusion.
man.
Blind. This is
But
what
yeah.
blind delusion looks like, guys.
Blind delusion. You said it's blind delusion.
Blind-
I mean, you gotta die with this shit, man. It is what
Do
it is.
you
Like,
really
no, I got-
know, Jeff?
yes,
Do
yes.
you?
Hold on. Fellas, I got a
Yes.
quick question for Dev. All right, Dev.
Oh,
Let's
go
just
ahead,
say not this year, but next year. Let's just say Deion Sanders has a great couple of seasons. And you taking him, you say, hey, Dabo's been real, and you taking Deion?
Hey man, listen.
No. Answer the question, my boy.
No cap. Hey, Dabo did his thing. Dabo's legacy cemented. So Dabo can go to retirement. You know, he getting
Oh,
older.
that's
He got a
crazy.
family now.
That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy.
That gets some antidote.
Never thought I'd hear that.
Dabo, because you know, let's think about that.
Explain
Let's think about
yourself,
Dabo.
sir.
Dabo's in the
Explain
backwood
yourself.
right now.
Explain yourself.
J-Rob.
I'm just saying,
Honestly,
if Deion was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna come bring these dogs to Clemson, you know, real quick, and we're gonna run it up one more time," I said, "Hey man, another dynasty, sure."
Y'all gonna have
that'd
to
be
make
nice.
a special ramp though.
So
For
let me
Deion. They can't be running down
switch
that
gears.
hill.
Let me switch gears because we obviously we are in a different time now. I thought this would be an interesting conversation to talk about. And we only got a little bit of time left, so I thought this would be fun. Obviously, FS1 has brought in Richard Sherman, Michael Irving, Keyshawn Johnson.
You mean first
to debate Skip? To debate Skip.
He can't get a word in anymore.
I just want to ask y'all a question. What are some of y'all first thoughts about that team? And I gotta admit, I'm actually like surprisingly entertained by them together.
I'm
Keyshawn.
finna let you know that shit sound like players' choice up there. A bunch of niggas screaming over each other, trying to get a takeoff, trying to get a hot takeoff. That sounds just like players' choice. I feel like folks over there really trying to, you know, cycle what we doing over here. You know what I'm saying?
Everything without the StreamYard link.
Now,
It looks like everything like plays without the StreamYard link. That's all I'm seeing.
Skip did have other shows with other people too, because he had Emmanuel Acho and Rachel Nichols on a show actually.
I know Rachel. I know he had Rachel for
Nichols
basketball,
back
right?
in Limelight. But yeah, having Richard Sherman, I love when he's on there because he be talking his talk. You know what I'm saying? Michael Irvin is there for the energy. He's like, he knows what he's saying, but they
did him so dirty from the Super Bowl. Still, I ain't never gonna forget.
So let me ask. Can I ask y'all this though? Michael Irvin did make one take that like, and it blew mine because you know we got a lot of people on Players' Choice to be trying to really justify like because you played, it don't mean you know what you're talking about. And I feel like it's only the guys that didn't play that always say that shit or really want to make sure that happens. But then when Michael Irvin come on TV and try to tell the panel that catching the football, you should catch the football with your body instead of your hands.
Huh?
I said, Michael Irvin, what the
are you
talking about?
Nah, I understand.
I understand what he's saying, though, J-Rob. I understand what he's saying.
Yeah, but I'm not. But you shouldn't coach that. I understood his point, but you shouldn't coach like you shouldn't. You have to. If you're saying that, you have to literally like you have to really clarify that. You can't start with do this over this. You gotta say why first, then get to that conclusion.
I'm with you, Jay.
Because if you say that first, that's gonna sound crazy. And
but he was clarifying himself. Richard Sherman was just nasty being a devil's advocate because
you saw what he was doing.
And also, wide receiver is not harder. It's not harder than playing corner. I'm letting y'all know right now. Wide receiver is not harder than playing corner.
I think cornerback is the second hardest position.
Nah, that is the hardest position. No,
I think quarterback is the hardest position. Like at the highest level,
show after seeing that
at the highest level, I think quarterback is the hardest position. At the
I
highest
mean,
level.
I think you have the most. I think it's the most pressure. The most pressure is playing quarterback. But I think in terms of what the position requires you to do.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Level,
I
disagree.
Because somebody brought up a good point like this: you can hide a bad quarterback, but you can't
hide a bad corner.
I agree with that. That's
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why quarterback not harder physically than corner. One,
of course not.
Because one quarterbacks could go a drive where they only had to do 3 handoffs and it was a touchdown. They really ain't do shit but chill.
Right.
A cornerback, you gotta backpedal, cover, tackle, do it over again. Corner, you gotta read defenses. Literally, you're playing backwards. You have to react differently. You gotta find a ball that you don't know where it's coming from. Back shoulder phase. Sometimes you gotta also deal with the mental part of it because you may play great defense and a quarterback like Tom Brady or Mahomes throws some shit that like is unguardable, so perfect, and you give up an explosive play, but you gotta dust that shit off and get up because you gotta run back and do another play. Like I think the most pressure, the most awarded position in football is easily quarterback, but I think what corner requires you to do And maybe I'm biased. I played the position in some ways, but
Nah,
No, I
bro,
can see
that ain't, bro. I
I
play
see-
football,
And it
J-Rob.
makes
I
It
play
is, though.
football, and I know how that shit work. DB
Yeah.
is hard because whether it's a
Hard,
run
bro.
or a pass, you got to run full speed because you don't know what that receiver doing. Am I right or
Exactly.
am I wrong, J-Rob?
No,
Whether
you're
it's a
right.
run
You're
or
right.
pass,
You're right.
you got to
right.
run
You're right.
full
I would
speed
say in
because I
order
don't
for a
know what he's
quarterback,
doing.
if you want to be a really elite quarterback, I think that's the difference. Like you can, like you said, you could be a handoff merchant, you
Pedestrian,
can be a
yes.
check down merchant, of course.
No. Say his name.
You
It could be
want to
Daniel
be one of
Jones.
those
It could
Or
be Daniel
Dak
Jones.
Prescott. Or Dak
those
Prescott.
those like intelligent 3 steps ahead Peyton Manning that you got to be in your
That's
bag
what I
to
mean,
get
J.
those.
Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. So like
those I think are harder to beat.
Yeah, MJ Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that level of like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, that level of mastery, like not requiring that much like, for example, look at what Russell Wilson is going through right now, right? Not being able to adapt to the West Coast system, only being able to kind of be like this improviser guy, you know what I mean? Like, can't really play well under structure. So to have the ability to play within a certain structure, right? Have the ability to have that mental speed, the mental speed of reads, finding out where your outlets are, things like that. I think it's very hard to play at that high level. But in terms of the physical combination and the mental part, I think cornerback is the second right after. Because like you guys just said, you're doing everything full speed, but you're playing backwards. So everything is a second guess because there's so many different options that can happen, even within, let's say, for example, you're playing a heavy pass team. A route tree. Let's say you're going against someone like a Jerry Jeudy that has like amazing route running skills, right? He's going to destroy. Like it's a mental torture to figure out. Oh, if they're gonna throw 30 passes or 40 passes, you're in for a field day, buddy. You're in a field. You know what I'm saying? Or a guy that
Especially with
can
the
improvise
balls
like
that
MJ
be called like
Mahomes.
the
You know what I'm
pass
saying?
interference and stuff like that. Like it's kind of hard to play DB,
Yeah.
because any moment can be like a hold or PI or anything like that. So you gotta have great technique more than
Technique, physicality,
yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot. Yeah.
And especially at this age of football, it's so much harder to defend because especially with cornerbacks and DBs, like you gotta defend the guy absolutely. Like if you do one, like if you tug to try to get him to mess up the route or something, it's a pass interference or it's an it's a play, and it's harder for them to be able to perform at that level so they can defend. That's something I've hated a lot, especially with pass interference calls. Because the rule states that you have to still give, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to be able to give the player the opportunity to catch the ball. But if I'm defending the guy and I'm trying to stop him and I get in front of him before the ball gets to him and I grab onto him, I'm giving him the opportunity to still catch it, but I have to stop it. It's so hard for DBs and especially cornerbacks because any mistake they make, you just get a pass interference or a bad foul, and it's harder for them.
Maybe it's me because I possess the ability to throw the ball. I would much more rather figure out how to get a Justin Jefferson the ball than guard that nigga.
That's a fair point.
I mean, that's like very simple.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Get the ball.
Come on, bro.
Guard him. Like, yeah, bro. I would much rather figure out how to get Jamar Chase.
I can think of 5 ways to get him the ball right
guard
now. I ain't trying to
all
guard him not once.
But even look at like go ahead, Bama. Go ahead, Bama.
Bro, go ahead. I just feel like, bro, I can just throw a jump ball, run a slant, run an out.
But we know it's not that simple because you have to understand the reads that are going on the field. You have to understand whether or not they're in man, zone, whether or not they're blitzing, whether or not they're double covering someone like a Jetta.
But sometimes they just say, just throw me the damn ball and get the playmaker that ball. And you'll figure, you know what I'm saying? Like there's certain ways where you can kind of alleviate the difficulty in certain passes. To get your playmakers, you know what I mean? Whether you get them a short, because for example, there's some guys you could just get Jamar Chase. You give him a slant or a 5, out route. He can turn up the field, and that's, you know what I mean? That's he's doing most of the legwork for you. You know what I'm saying? So I see that. I see what you're saying, Rodell. Like the guys that are dissecting the defensive, making high leverage throws, they're not really relying on these dink and dunks. You know what I mean? I agree in that aspect, Rodell. It's definitely harder to compete like that. But the cornerback, bro, look at what Travis Hunter had to do, and he was showing like the technique, but still being physical. Late hands. To have late hands is one of the, with all these guys that have all these adhesive gloves and strong hands, stuff like that. To have great late hands like that and not get no call thrown on you, man, it's amazing. It's impressive. It's impressive what he did on that college level. So you can imagine what a cornerback has to go through, especially with matchup zones. Being able to understand where the other guys are supposed to be on the field. You know what I mean? Any blown coverage in a matchup zone, you're cooked. You know what I'm saying? So,
corner's the hardest position not named quarterback because you have to guard the best athlete backwards majority of the time. You have to guard guys like 6'4", I run like a 4'3", 4'4", and you got to read and react. It's majority all instincts. You have to be an athlete to be corner. You can't just be like, running the mill. You have to be a good athlete. You gotta have good feet. You gotta have the straights because corner requires you to do everything. You gotta cover, tackle, ball skills, whatever. You gotta require everything. You can't just be like Peyton Manning. Like a guy like Peyton Manning, he can play quarterback, but he can never play corner.
Right.
Well, you reverse it.
Like that.
The corner can't play quarterback, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
to answer your original question, though, Jerry,
And you need to be smart to play corner too.
Yeah.
Right.
To answer your original question, J-Rob, about the new look Undisputed, I thought him getting Richard Sherman was amazing. I was like, the conversations they used to have, they're going to have at some point are going to get great. I don't like Keyshawn personally, but I see why he works in the show. I'm just not a big fan of him. Especially,
you provide a very nuanced.
J-Rob, do you like the new dynamic of it? Do you like the personalities they brought in? Like, do you think it's all gonna?
Yeah, I mean, he brought the right personalities in. I mean, you brought entertaining people. I mean, Richard Sherman always going to be entertainment. I mean,
Michael
Irvin.
What Stephen A's doing.
And Michael Irvin.
I agree,
Random.
I'm not a
only
big
there
fan
for
of
today's
Keyshawn
show.
on there.
I'm not a big fan of Keyshawn on there either. Like, if it was just Skip, Richard Sherman, and Michael Irvin,
I'm cool.
I think it would be great.
I don't mind Keyshawn, man.
He provides an opposite perspective a lot of time because, like, Keyshawn, every time I see him up there, he's disagreeing with someone. So you kind of need that person.
Plus, he got rampant disrespect for you.
I wonder how the basketball talks going to be. Like the football talks, I think it's going to be great.
That's why he brought Rachel Nichols in, right?
Yeah, that's why he brought Rachel
in there.
But I will say this though, there is somebody who is on TV that I gotta admit that probably plays sports. I'm like, Rashad McCants on Gil's Arena.
Oh, bro, get him off.
I know he's supposed to talk open field.
When he said that stuff about Pat Bev,
yeah, I thought the Pat Bev, I thought the stuff you were saying that Pat Bev was corny just because, and this is not really like to get into a basketball conversation. It's more sort of to harp into that this is why people be saying athletes don't be knowing what they be talking about, even though just because you play, you don't know what you're talking about. Because Rashad McCants literally the whole idea that he thought his Lebanon team a commitment to compete with an NBA champion, ridiculous.
We got a chance.
You said Popovich is a bad coach.
We got a chance.
Then to call Pop a bad coach was crazy. But I just think too. The stuff with Pat Bev, like, bro, you talk down to Pat Bev as if him being in the same workout with you at that time was like beneath you.
Oh yeah, he was so
like he needed it and it was beneath you.
Bro.
But then you came out of your mouth. Yeah, but then you came out of your mouth and said that they asked you to go overseas to see more film. And so I just feel like Rashad McCants is an example of like why people out there, the narps out there come out and say that athletes don't know what they're talking about, because when you say stuff like that, you don't take no accountability. It just
Kenyon might be frying him, bro.
As an athlete, hearing what Rashad McCants said was ridiculous. Was completely ridiculous. How could you say that about a man who put in his blood, sweat, and tears? And he's doubled your tripled your career.
Better career, yeah. He's
tripled your career.
Yeah,
bro. He's just jealous, honestly.
I just like if you know in your heart that you would trade places with him, stop talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, damn well, if you can have Pat Bev's career, you would 1,000%.
It's
might have been in Lebanon in that.
It's the reason why Rashad McCants is only in the league for 5 years, bro. Because I mean, he was a first-round draft pick that didn't pan out.
Facts.
You
Nah,
know.
facts.
So don't blame another man because he worked hard, out
Right.
rebounding you at that tryout, and you talk about no, man. They told me I
Right.
didn't really have to try out. I just had to show
Right.
up. Like
Nah,
who
facts.
does
Oh, the
that,
minute they
bro?
Yeah,
told
that's
you to
weird.
show up, Rashad,
Yeah,
you
that
knew
was
what was
weird.
up. What were
Yeah,
we
that was
talking
weird.
about?
Yeah,
Just
that was
showed
weird.
up. Come
Dude,
on,
that was weird.
bozo.
So nasty.
You sound like a
Yeah.
bozo.
Yeah, that was weird. But all right, let me get to these super chats and then we can start wrapping up the show.
Mhm.
Drink more water. There could be 15 plus college football 400,000-yard passes this year. Actually, I think I could probably name all 15 of them right now.
It
Listen,
just
I
shows how
work.
great the level of quarterback is now,
Listen,
right? You
I
can't be a
work.
scrub and play
I
quarterback.
think 5 or 6 of
15
them are in
plus?
one conference. Are going to
15
be.
plus, though, Jay?
I think
Listen,
I
I
think I
work
can
with.
name at least 15, bro. I think I'm damn sure
Listen,
can
I
name at
work
least
with the
15.
University of Hawaii, and I work with the team. And
Mhm.
Scheffler is leading the nations in passing yards.
I
So
was
yeah,
going
that
to add
is
him.
yeah.
I was going to say him. Shedeur Sanders, Caleb Williams,
Mhm.
Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Cameron Ward,
Yeah, bro. Can't work.
Drake
Cam
May.
Ward is crazy.
Yeah, Cam Ward, Drake May.
What
I'm
about the
gonna
Quarterback
rest?
at
go.
Western Kentucky.
I'm gonna go the kid at Western Kentucky. I'm gonna go Sam Hartman in Notre
Mhm.
You got
Dame.
Michigan State.
I'm gonna go Drew Aller at Penn State.
Mm.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Drew Aller. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna throw JJ McCarthy a bone and say he could be a 4,000-yard passer. I don't know.
It's
I don't
finicky,
really
man.
know
It's
that.
finicky.
I gotta
To
do
me,
it like this.
To me, it's
I gotta
like
do it like
Did-
this.
did
Like
you- did you say
get
Michael
like a
Penix?
half.
yeah, it's
That's
like
a 10 and a half right there.
it's
That's
a 10 and a half for
right
me.
Did you say
I'm
Michael
gonna
Penix?
go Michael.
Yeah.
I did say Michael Penix.
Okay.
How many? What number am I at right now?
there. Yeah, 10 and a half.
You're
10
at
and a half.
10. Yeah, 10 and a
10.
half.
Jordan Travis.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Jordan Travis.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Spencer Rattler.
Yes.
Dylan Gabriel.
Mhm.
John Rice Plumlee at
That's a
UCF.
great pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Grayson McCall as two from Coastal
No,
Carolina.
I'm actually not gonna go to Grayson McCall. I'm gonna go I said Shedeur.
Mm-hmm.
I said Shedeur. How many do I got left?
One more. There's one.
One more.
Just one more. I need
The
one
guy
more.
Michigan State.
No, I'm not saying him. Stop trying to make me say him.
How you
I'm
feeling
trying
about
to
your
think.
own quarterback?
I see Shedeur. No, McCord. I don't see McCord doing that.
What about a quarterback from Tulane?
I'm gonna get. I got it. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Quarterback at Tulane. I think. And I'm gonna actually give one more nod to my dog. I think DJU gets 4K.
DJ.
That's good. I think
So what is that?
Wait, that's
16?
sick, but that's 17. Yeah, that's like 17.
Oh, 17?
though.
17?
So,
That's 17.
And there's always
Jalen
going to be a surprise.
Jalen Milroe.
There's always going to be a surprise in there too, right?
Jalen Milroe as well. So that's like 17,
Dante
that's
Moore.
like 18 guys. Dante Moore potentially, Jalen Rashada potentially, but they're fresh. They're true freshmen. So I'm not gonna put that on. Bo Milton.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Bo Milton. Give me Tyler Van Dyke.
So that means that
I got some guys. Yeah, I didn't even look at this chat. I was just looking at teams. Like what teams?
So even with that being said, Jay, I have a follow-up question. Do you think that this upcoming draft in the NFL, how many quarterbacks go in the first round?
Oh, I could see up to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you the 5. I can see it'll automatically be Caleb, automatically Drake May. That's the 2 guarantees I know without a shadow of a doubt will be top 10 picks.
Arizona's already making his locker.
Right.
They're already making.
Then now my next 3,
the quarterback, obviously. Yeah.
the next 3 on the way in though
Tampa.
for me is Shedeur Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, Michael Penix Jr. And I can see the last one being Joe Milton if he has a good year. Because he has the most potential. So those 5 I can see going in. If I were to somebody, the 2 that could potentially I see can sneak into the first round, Sam Hartman, obviously. And
he's gonna get that Notre Dame love, and I'm not happy.
He is, Randy.
He's gonna be great though. He's really good though. He's gonna be
he's
great.
good. I love him.
Maybe
I like
Spencer
him.
He's
Rattler.
good.
And
Maybe I just
Jordan,
need to see more.
not Spencer Rattler. I was gonna say Jordan Travis.
Random. He's good. He's good.
Okay.
Jordan Travis, and Sam Hartman can also potentially be first round picks.
So 7? 7, you think?
I mean, they're not
Honestly,
all 7 are going to get in, but I'm just saying those are 7 guys who could potentially.
I like Hartman, man. He's Man, footwork, the ability, like he was scanning.
Yeah.
Like I love his mental process, the way that he's able to see everything.
And there's gonna be somebody who's gonna sneak around, and I like KJ I like KJ too at Arkansas. He could be another sneaky one. And then let's get to this final super chat. How do you guys feel about LSU still in the top 10? Well, I mean, I think it's because it wasn't. They lost to a really good. They lost to a team that had potential to be in the playoffs. So it's like,
and also
can't kill them. They can't bury them.
Contemporaries, like Clemson losing to Duke. I'm still surprised that they're ranked. I'm still surprised that they're ranked.
And plus, LSU is still in the SEC, so LSU still gonna have some good wins. We'll see.
And they do get the SEC bias.
We'll see.
They're gonna get that. Yeah, they do get the SEC conventional slap on the goddamn wrist.
J-Rob, I'm trying to hear your opinion about this because, like I said before, I'm trying to hop on a bandwagon. Ohio State, I watched that game. How you feeling about this quarterback, bro?
I want to see Devin Brown in first because this Kyle McCord. Listen, I'm not really when it comes to quarterbacks, I'm not a fan of starting a guy just because he's been in the program for a while.
Right, that's true.
Just because he's been here,
just because he's
been here, I don't care about that. Like, this is Ohio. This is the Ohio State University. There is a level of expectation. We have lost to Michigan 2 years back to back. Ryan Day, you lose a third straight year.
You're out of there, buddy.
It'll be
curtains closed.
It'll be spooky for you, my brother. They will
And
all
plus
be.
their offensive line is not looking good at all.
Yeah, they're all going to be looking for your job, and there's going to be a bunch of coaches this year who are going to be good at other programs, where they're going to give who will take your job if you don't produce. You do not. Oh, there's certain programs that you're not allowed to be good for a long time, bad or not beat certain teams a long time.
Right. Yeah.
Bama, you can't be losing to Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State, you can't be losing to Michigan, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
What I'm saying? And vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm with that.
Ohio State fans are spoiled. Yeah, we are, because we have a standard. You wouldn't understand this at Wisconsin. You wouldn't understand this at Nebraska. You wouldn't understand this at all these other schools where a good year once in the blue moon is a big deal to y'all.
Auburn punched in the air because they had a chance to get Deion and they said no. That's crazy. Auburn had a chance to get Deion and they said no.
Oh yeah, right. They did say no.
They did say no. Yeah, they said no. There's a few.
Auburn been bad for a minute now.
I mean, hey man, there's going to be some coaches. I wouldn't be mad if Kingsbury decided to want the slides over to Ohio State. We get a real defensive mind. Get a real defensive mind to handle the defensive recruiting and the defensive side of the ball.
Good year. J-Rob already gonna be on that Deion prop. Hey, come on, get him. Why not?
Oh yeah. If Colorado goes crazy, go offer that OC in Colorado the Ohio State job. I'm sorry, Deion.
I was gonna say
we need that though. We need him.
Yeah.
We need him.
Facts.
Quick NFL news. Travis Kelce hyperextended his knee.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
What?
Last question. So let me ask you this. My last question on the way out.
They're seeing if it's an ACL.
If Cooper Kupp doesn't play doesn't play much football this year because of the hamstring, and looking where he's at in his career now, is Cooper Kupp a Hall of Famer if his career ended?
No.
It's hard. It's notoriously hard for receivers to get in the Hall of Fame. Anyway,
I'm just asking.
No, he's not a Hall of
If
Famer.
Torrey Holt didn't get in, he's not getting in.
Absolutely. It's crazy how hard it is for receivers to make the Hall of Fame. Like they made Chris Carter.
Numbers. You gotta have numbers.
Torrey Holt.
It's just a longevity thing.
I definitely think that Torrey
if he just kept on playing,
He does.
If he just would have kept on playing, Cooper Kupp definitely would have made it. But he's just he doesn't have the years.
Right.
I blame that offense because they ran him to the ground.
Great peak though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, chat. This has been another episode of Open Field. We will see y'all on Thursday. Big show Thursday. First day of the NFL season.
Yeah.
We'll be talking majority NFL. Open Field on Thursday is a complete NFL day. We are literally diving in because we are getting into the season is officially underway.
Incoming Daniel Jones.
I got a hot take for
right
game
here.
one. I got a hot take for game one.
Hey man,
No, wait a J-Rob. J-Rob, look